America, he would have just seen as white people, but he didn't see them as white because the racism of America was not present in these people. That's a beautiful story. It sounds like an epiphany almost. It sounds like his eyes were opened up, and for the first time he saw Islam in its true light after leaving the Nation of Islam. It's a beautiful story. But if you check the records, everybody that he met on Hajj in 1963-64, he met earlier in 1959. How do we know this? Because he was the national spokesperson, the national representative of the Nation of Islam representing Mr. Muhammad in 1959 to arrange for Mr. Muhammad's Umrah to Mecca. Wait a minute, how can a man who teaches shirk, I know some people are saying, how can he go on Umrah? You know, you can't, nobody but a Muslim can go to Umrah. But here he went, and Malcolm arranged the trip, and they talked to him. In fact, one of our great Muslim scholars, Maududi, had a chance to meet with him and said, we know that their Aqidah is not right, but their strategy for trying to bring Islam to America, leave these people alone. The benefit of that, if that had been told in that book, would have been a much more powerful understanding of exactly who the people were. But we know that there were reasons why that wasn't told, and you don't hear that in the biography. At 5 minutes, would you stop me because we have a video? This is who and how, in a very short period of time, we can talk about the contributions of Muslims to America. The last thing I'd like to leave with you is where we go here today, because one of the things you'll see in the video is that we believe, those of us who came through that experience, we don't believe that that experience of slavery was all for naught or was just an accident. We believe that just as the children of Israel, and you'll find in African American history, that we always believe that that happened to us because it happened to them, because God intended that to happen. That nothing happens outside the will of God. And if this was God's will that it happened to us, there must be a purpose for us. There must be a purpose for us. And we believe that purpose that God did for them was the same thing God has done, will do for us. And that is to bring the world to Islam. That we have a responsibility, not just to be resilient, as Dr. Amar has said, but to be vanguards, to be out front, to open the way for all people to come into the right knowledge of God and the right knowledge of humanity. To have the right understanding of what it means to be part of the human family again. To show that you can destroy people and take away their very humanity and make them, as it says, still in the Constitution. They haven't changed that yet for some reason. 3/5 of human being. And still to have laws that, as Dr. Amar mentioned, the 13th Amendment to the Constitution that says slavery or involuntary servitude is no longer lawful, but it has an exception clause. And the exception clause is except when duly convicted of a crime. Which means that all this group of people who were nothing but property up until that point, all of a sudden are looked at as being possibly incarcerated. From slavery to incarceration, from slavery to prison. Doesn't that sound like something we know in the Quran? From slavery to prison to running the country. That's the Quran, right? That should be us as Muslims. From slavery to prison to one day leading this country out of the famine of the Word of God. That should be who we are, and that's what we believe that we are. That's why we do what we do. And now with the 5-minute time, we'll break for the video.